late Friday afternoon, May 6th. We're going to attempt to give a regional weather synopsis for the Midwest, including the South Central states and some other parts of the country. The main feature of this upcoming week is going to be the traffic jam, a remarkable weather map, really, due to the upper level low that's going to be becoming cut off as it moves to the East Coast. This low pressure system will remain in the western Atlantic waters and is not going to move eastward. In fact, eventually it's going to start to move westward. This is going to trap an upper level ridge and an area of high pressure right here in the Midwest and the South Central states. The high pressure looks like it's located, the center of it is a little bit in south of Louisiana or southern Louisiana. It remains there at least for the first several days of the week, probably through the entire week. This high pressure will bring a south flow of hot and humid air, especially when you combine that with the low pressure that will remain towards just east of the Rockies, continuous low pressure moving up the Rockies, up north. There's 1, 2, maybe 3 of them will develop this week. Out ahead of these low pressure systems, southerly flow will be increased. This will bring breezy to windy conditions over all areas that are receiving heat and humidity. Temperatures will soar well into the 90s to 105 degrees over in western Dallas. Parts of the western portions of the Dallas area, or areas to the west of Dallas, which have lower humidity, where dew points drop into the 50s, we'll see those temperatures rise to near 105 degrees. Much of Dallas, where the humidity is higher, where dew points will be 70 degrees, temperatures will be in the mid to upper 90s. Either way, records are likely to be broken Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, or at least tied in the Dallas area. Records will be tied near record warmth or broken in the St. Louis area for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as well. The Chicago area will see the higher humidity arrive on Tuesday. Warmer temperatures come in Monday. The summer warmth in terms of temperatures comes in Monday already, but the humidity arrives on Tuesday. There is a lack of clarity right now in regards to what's going to be happening in South Bend, Indiana. And in general, even the Chicago area, things are not 100% clear. And in Minneapolis, it's really up in the air right now. That's due to a frontal boundary that's going to remain up in the upper Midwest for the Minneapolis area. What's going to determine where this frontal boundary goes is thunderstorms, and that's a big problem for accuracy in a forecast because the boundary will move south. If thunderstorms develop, the frontal boundary will move south of the outflow of the thunderstorms, but nobody knows exactly when or where these thunderstorms are going to develop as usual. Thunderstorms are not so forecastable. And it's going to make a very big difference as to whether the front is right over Minneapolis or just to the north of Minneapolis. If the front goes just to the north of Minneapolis, hot and humid weather, or at least temperatures in the 80s, will be in the Minneapolis area for at least a couple days this week. In the Chicago area, Lake Michigan, along with that thunderstorm complication, remains as well. The thunderstorm complication is less of an issue in Chicago, and it's more of the lake breeze. This type of a situation, this type of a heat wave, is not the normal type of heat wave where you have an extension of the Bermuda High, where you have a south flow which pushes hot and humid air, even a southwest flow. Out on the East Coast, we actually are going to have below normal temperatures for much of the week due to that low pressure system causing a northerly flow for that area. This means this southeasterly flow will bring in warm, humid air into the Chicago area. The problem with having an easterly component to the south wind is Lake Michigan. The waters are really cold right now, 46 degrees, and parts of the Chicago area are going to be influenced by that lake. So temperatures are going to drop drastically at times over parts of Chicago for probably every day this upcoming week. Maybe not Tuesday, but probably Tuesday as well. For the St. Louis area, there's more clarity. And for Kansas City, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, as we mentioned, heat and humidity will remain in the St. Louis area. After Thursday, towards the end of the week, the upper level ridge starts to flatten a little bit. However, it remains strong. So temperatures will go down a little bit, but they will remain above normal. In fact, There really is no end to this warm weather pattern right now within the foreseeable future, within the 7-day forecast cycle, and even a little bit beyond. The trough to our west looks like it will likely eventually move east. So the date right now a week from Monday would be a good estimation. And that's when forecasters are estimating that this trough to our west will push east of the area, bringing in colder temperatures. The Des Moines, Iowa National Weather Service feels that high temperatures in the 50s will no longer happen for the remainder of the season. That's over with. That means that the final push of cold air that usually happens May 11th or a little bit after May 11th, they feel will not be happening this year, despite the fact we've had an unusually cold April. And one would think there's still plenty of cold air around when you get to the dip in the jet stream by that trough on the west coast. The Southern Louisiana National Weather Service also feels that the cooler air, whatever is cool for them, it's over with. So we've now transitioned, according to both of them, we've now transitioned into a season where there's no more winter cold that is expected in our area. Not necessarily summer heat. We're only in May. So we're going to have our first taste of real summer heat for places like St. Louis, Missouri, dew points in the 70s, very serious stuff. The high dew point air is a result of all the flooding that's taking place, despite the fact that the cornfields are not out yet. Still, the dew points are going to be higher here in the Midwest, as the Kansas City National Weather Service pointed out that the dew points will be higher here because of the floods that have taken place. That's going to reduce temperatures a little bit. Nonetheless, temperatures should still be able to tie the records or perhaps even break the records for a couple days this week for cities like St. Louis and Kansas City. High temperatures, low 90s for many of these locations, but the St. Louis area has a pretty good shot of getting into the mid-90s, especially on Tuesday. Thunderstorms may develop. The highest chance for thunderstorms really is Tuesday, sometime on Tuesday for all three of these cities, Kansas City, even Dallas as well, all Dallas, Kansas City, St. Louis, and Chicago. There's a complication on Tuesday for the Chicago area. There's going to be these continuous thunderstorm complexes that develop in the upper Midwest, and they're going to move south. The expectation is that they're going to dissipate before they hit the Chicago area. If that happens, if that expectation is fulfilled, if that's what happens, we will indeed see 70-degree dew points in the Chicago area that's not affected by the lake Tuesday afternoon. So we're going to put heat indices in the low or mid-90s, serious heat, especially if for our first exposure to the summer season this year. If the thunderstorm complexes manage to make it into the Chicago area, that will bust the forecast for Tuesday. For Chicago, you can't really say temperatures will no longer be in the 50s because the lake water temperature is 46 degrees. So in most likelihood, we will see a continuation of that at times, at least in through mid-June.